All right, hey guys, welcome to another episode. Special episode. It's not going to be your typical I'm going to review this toy kind of thing. I'm going to have a little bit of discussion with you guys, and hopefully I can get some comments. Oops, hey, I put this upside down. We're going to talk about this new line of GI Joe figures and why I'm having some issues with it. And of course, it's not the figure itself; it's just the principle and the idea behind it. One thing that's interesting about that I'm glad I got this. Sometimes what I do is I refrain from looking at online pictures because I like enjoying the aesthetic of the package and the figure itself. I know there's been figures that it'll take like a whole year before a figure comes out, and I keep looking at the pictures over and over again. By the time I get the figure, it's kind of like But the back of the package art definitely shows a lot of interesting things. Perhaps something that we may end up getting. I don't know. A lot of it looks very expensive, and that's the whole name of the game here. You know, just money, and of course that's where money to put in the briefcase. Destro. Let's talk about Destro as far as my experience with Destro. When I was a kid, I was never able to get the original Destro figure. I was a huge fan of the cartoon series, the Sunbow, and later on I was able to get, well, actually, the Iron Grenadier Destro was my first Destro figure. I later got the other Destro that was closer to the cartoon look. I think it was like 91 or 92. It was a pretty cool Destro. But the package of these figures, it's very interesting because we're going to talk about, is this 6-inch line going to work? Some of the pros and some of the cons of having G.I. Joes in the 6-inch scale. So, I really like this, that they integrated the Cobra hood with the Destro art here. And just, it's an astounding box. It's very good for display. In fact, if anything, I may just collect more of these just for display purposes as well. Interestingly, in the back, you'll see a number of different vehicles. Might even see some trouble bubbles in the back right there. Now, are we going to get these? I don't know. His tanks for sure, more than likely. But how much is that going to cost? And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. It's like, are we really going to move forward with this collection here? Yeah, I mean, this is a great figure. I mean, looking at it, it's like having a big Marvel Legend, right? Costs about the same too, right? Well, here's the other thing that kind of sucks about that. Where's our Build-A-Figure? You know? Now, some people will say, well, there's a lot of Marvel comic figures that people are not aware of, and the Marvel Legend line does well. That's true, but some of these characters have been around for, 40 years, 50 years? I mean, we got like a Marvel recently. And Marvel's just an ongoing property. I don't know if G.I. Joe is that strong. Now, what they can do with the G.I. Joe line is they could have integrated them with the Marvel Legends, I would have said. Like, would have been nice to get the more Marvel-accurate G.I. Joes. Larry Hama edition, which they may end up doing. They did do a Cobra Commander. A Cobra Commander figure that's going to be coming out as an exclusive on Hasbro Pulse. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. This whole idea of scalpers, bot scalpers, this just fucking blows. Am I able to pre-order the Baroness? Because that Baroness looks gorgeous. This is like, G.I. Joe has been around. Someone made a comment. He goes, man, for the first time I can go to a Walmart in over 20 years and buy G.I. Joes. Like, did you miss the 25th anniversary line, which is probably one of the best G.I. Joe lines that has ever been around? Because, this is a lot more like, this reminds me of what they were trying to do with Sigma 6, or Retaliation, where they try to reboot Joe. But there's no cartoon. There hasn't been any cartoon announced. Not that I know of. Wait, is there? I don't know. But I don't know if they were to do a cartoon, would it be a reboot? Would it be a continuation, or what? I mean, I did like Resolute. Oh, no, Retaliation. Was it Retaliation or Resolute? Resolute was a show. Retaliation was that movie special. And for what they were, the movies weren't that horrible. The second one, I did kind of enjoy it. I mean, it's G.I. Joe, a real American hero. And some people will say, well, G.I. Joe's had different scales. Here's the thing, man. When you're a G.I. Joe, I mean, when you're a kid in the 80s, a G.I. Joe was $2.99, $3.99. And vehicles were like $10 or 15, 20. You can get a vehicle. Everybody, that was a kid could afford a G.I. Joe. Everybody could get a vehicle. Maybe. I was mostly about the figures. G.I. Joes are fun. They had tons of accessories for such a small price. Now, these are like $20 figures with just a few accessories. Does this briefcase even open? Yeah, it does. That's cool. I like that. That is neat. It's got some money. Pimp Destro, which I'll be getting soon too. Pimp Daddy Destro. So that's my big question: is like, is this line going to last? Is it going to be strong? Is there enough of a fan base for it? Because this was made directly for collectors, with vague familiarity. Now I know a lot of hardcore Joe collectors, some of which are a little bit disappointed that they aren't. This is not based on any current media. Unless they're making new media for it. But why do this right now? Why not just go for original Sunbow look to it? Why not do classics style, Super 7 Masters classic style G.I. Joe characters that look like the Filmation versions of them in this scale? So that's what's odd. You could get both new fans and old fans, and Hasbro is playing all the G.I. Joe cartoons right now on YouTube. Though I did spend a lot of money to get them on DVD and some on VHS. But that's fine. I mean, you're introducing new audiences. I don't know if kids are all about G.I. Joe right now. I don't know if it's their thing, but it definitely was our thing when we were kids. So this is definitely more for the collector's market, but not for the... It's for this new type of collector that's just going out and scalping shit. And I'm okay with Destro. The only reason I bought him is because I bought him online. I didn't pre-order him. I just bought him because I was starting to see. I was like, oh shit, I don't want to go to a store and not be able to find him. And that's the only thing. I didn't get Duke or Scarlet. I'm not too impressed with them or Roadblock. I do want to get Cobra Commander because, I mean, this is good enough scale for a Marvel Legend. Like, let me get my, this will be my Marvel G.I. Joe. I'm going to pretend, I'm going to use my imagination, that Marvel Comics kept on with G.I. Joe, and you can get Dr. Doom and G.I. Joe, Destro selling weapons to Dr. Doom. Right? He would work for Doom. But that being said, there's the idea of going back to the idea of, and I hope I'm not repeating myself too much, but vehicles. Like, G.I. Joe had a shitload of vehicles, and I don't think we're going to get them all. I mean, how much are they going to cost? I mean, this is like the Star Wars Black thing, it's like, I mean, Star Wars didn't have that many vehicles compared to G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was like half the collection was the vehicles. So that's going to be kind of weird. Again, I'd like to see them do more cartoon accurate things. So, yeah, I mean, yes, these are great looking figures. But the detriment to it is there's no... IDW is probably still putting out the comics, but I don't even know if the costumes resemble that. There is a new video game coming out. But there's no cartoon. There's no live-action TV show. Why isn't there a live-action TV show, like a Netflix live-action G.I. Joe? Come on. I would have preferred to get these back in 3 3/4 inch scale, so you can get these old vehicles, new vehicles, and make that happen. I mean, I think that's part of the fun of G.I. Joe is getting some sort of truck or Jeep or some sort of plane that you get for $20 or $30, and then you could stick your figure in there, or you could take them out and you could put the other figure in there. You could start to, you could build up an army of Cobra soldiers, Cobra troops, ninjas. You could do that with the smaller G.I. Joes. So, and of course, a lot of them had reused parts too. So this is bold. Go ahead and do that. But this is not the 6-inch line I was exactly waiting for. And again, there's no Build-A-Figure. Why are you selling it the same as a Marvel Legend if there's no Build-A-Figure? I do like that this box is resealable. You can put this back in there if you want and put it out for display. But still, they look close enough, but not enough for me. A lot of them, like Gung-Ho, I'm going to pass on all the Joes, except maybe Snake Eyes. Ninjas look cool because the ninjas would look like, you know, something that you could put in the Marvel Legends line. You could integrate them into that. Where are the Cobra Bats? It would have liked to, you know, like, why am I getting Alley Vipers? Those didn't come out to, what, like 90 or something? So, yeah, there's just some weird decisions being made with G.I. Joe. I hope it works. I don't wish them ill will. But at the same time, I don't want to be spending a lot of money for vehicles. When I was a kid, I do remember getting like G.I. Joes and knockoff G.I. Joes, and they had their own, you know, I could put a G.I. Joe in a garbage dumpster truck that my grandpa got me that was suitable for a G.I. Joe. There were so many things you could do with that scale. You could put a G.I. Joe in the Millennium Falcon, you know? So, yeah. That's what I have to say about the G.I. Joe. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that this line is going to work? How do you feel about the vehicle situation? Are you going to be paying 70, 80 bucks just to get like a HISS tank? You know, where are you going to put it? Yeah, I mean, do you think there should have been a Build-A-Figure? If so, what? Do you think they should have used original outfits or original decos from the Sunbow cartoon? Or should have they gone the comic route? I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of things to discuss about these. And I'm happy I got them. I'd like to get the Baroness and Cobra Commander and Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, but I don't think I'm going to be collecting this whole line unless they go severely on discount. And which is good. I'm more focused on other things like Transformers, Godzilla toys, and Masters of the Universe, things like that. Not even the new ones, but I'll talk about that later. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. If you are new to this channel, Ultra Magnus's Missile, if you're new to this channel and you like what you hear and you want to have some more discussions about this stuff, then feel free to do what people do with the subscribing, with the adding, the liking, the making the comments. Feel free to do that. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other, and we'll see you later on.